Hi all, Jean here. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jean Roberts. I am from Grenada, small island in the Caribbean, but I live in Alberta, Canada. I live in a small town. I live in a small mountain town called Kenmo, and it's quite beautiful out here. I just love living out here. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and like my content. Help me to get to at least 100 subscribers in the next couple weeks or months or so that I can be able to monetize my beautiful channel. Welcome to my parlor. I call this my nighttime Indo office. What this means is that, at this time of night, I do have roommates, so I need to find a corner to do my videos, and that means it's happening in my parlor, in my bedroom. Anyways, tonight I actually want to talk about, I did 100 days of video, doing one video every day and posting a video every day. And I want to share how I actually managed to do all of that for 100 days consecutively, no matter what was going on or happening in my life or in my environment. For instance, again, as tonight, my choice is, to do the video here in my parlor, so to speak, or to not do a video at all. And because my choice is to do a video every day and post, that was the promise I made. I made a commitment. So the first thing you need to know about when you making a commitment, make sure you understand that a commitment mean that you are going to do the thing no matter what happens, right? You're going to do the thing no matter what obstacle comes up or comes into um, your life or in your environment. And as we know, with life, there is always, some form of an obstacle. Let's face it, there's always something that may happen in a day, or you may decide, for instance, you may like, oh, I'm going to get up every single day and do my video every single morning at 10 a.m. And you have this set schedule and that set time, but for some reason, if you have kids, you may not have gotten them out to school on time, so that might set you back. You may wake up late and running behind, and that might set you back. You may get frustrated because you do not have the time, and that might set you back, right? So you see where I'm going with this. Your car might break down and you may have to go get it fixed on that particular morning, and that might set you back. Or you may have to take out your braids, like I have done. I had to take off my braids. um, and you may be like, oh, if I take off my braids and I don't get it done in time, that might set you back. So there's all these things, and those are the little things, that can set you back. There are the bigger things that can set you back. You may, for some reason, develop a toothache and have to go to the dentist, and that might take away your time. You have to, you may, whatever it is, you may end up having to go to the doctor, or uh, you may not be well, you cannot get out of bed on that particular day. So how are you going to, if you make the commitment, how are you going to keep the commitment when there is all these little things and bigger things that can actually hinder you and get into the way of you getting it done? So one of the things that I did, I actually make a note, just and I noted this just because I wanted to make sure I have some clear notes so that I can give you some really good pointers. So one of the things, first thing first, I do not ever have a script. So as I show you now, I have a notebook, so I take notes, and I would do point form things like what I feel that is important. So first thing first, um, to get through my 100 day of this, keeping my promise to myself and my commitment that I make and wanting to post a video every day. And I have already surpassed my 100 days, but I continue making videos and posting every day because I want to continue for the rest of the year. I want to do a video every day for the rest of the year. And I don't know what's going to happen as I go through the year. But because of that, that 100-day tryout per se, that 100-day probations per se, um, it shows me all the things that may or may not come up and how am I going to deal with it. So it gives me an idea of how to move forward as I go through the rest of the year. So as I say, no script. So I take notes here and there, but I don't have a script, and I cannot read from a script either because for me it doesn't feel very authentic. So reading from a script is very much, I'll have to practice it and practice it and practice it a lot, and to do that, it takes away from me showing up to keep my commitment, because then it feels like I'm doing all this work to to come and produce a half an hour video. And I know most people do it, but it's not something that you'll be able to sustain for a long period of time. So keep in mind, if you're doing this for a short period of time, yes, you can write your script and do your thing because you have time to practice. But when you decide to make a commitment this long, um, the big one of the things is that you got to really simplify it and make it easy for you, right? So number two, when I'm making my videos, I do one take. I press play and I speak, and no matter what happened, that is what I put out on YouTube. Why? Well, for one thing, there is all kind of a lunatic out there. Forgive me for saying that, but you guys are on these YouTube streets. There's all kind of people doing all different things. And I think if you're watching my video and you like in my video, that means that you are my people and you're okay with me doing what I do. Because my intention, like my 100% intention within doing my videos, is that I show up authentic, I show up natural, I show up open, and mostly I am showing up myself. For me to show up like anybody else, again, that is going to be very hard for me, and I would not be able to do it. So it means that I would have to do take on take on take on take to get perfect. And that takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of time. And again, if it's something that you're doing every day for 100 days or for a whole year, you really do not want to spend a lot of time doing a lot of takes, because it takes up time, it drains your energy, and you would not want to do it. It would take the fun out of the playfulness of doing that. So I do press play, do my video, stop it, I don't edit, and I just put it out there, right? And I post my videos no matter what it is I say and what it is I didn't say. Um, if I run on or I didn't run on, I still just post my videos. As you hear, I just said one take, and whatever that video shows up to be, I am posting that video the next day. So here is what that does for me. It does kind of like two things. It take away this whole perfectionist, this thing that I have to be very perfectionalist. It takes away that, and it helps me because I have an accent. There are certain words I probably don't pronounce properly, so it helps me when I post the video. It helps me to make fun of myself. It helps me to not sit in judgment of myself. It helps me to accept myself. And it helps me to just keep putting things out there without feeling shame and blaming myself and comparing myself. It helps me not to compare to myself to other people as well, because I am doing my take and I'm putting it out there. So it takes away that whole, oh my God, I'm so afraid to post my video. What would people think about my video? Posting it how it is really takes all of that away from me. So it takes away the dialogue of insult. Again, that helps me to not be exhausted and to not worry a lot about what you think and what you don't think. If I post it how it is, you can think whatever you think, and then I can be fine with that, right? So that's one of the other things too. Now, I have no set schedule. So I personally do not have a 9 a.m., do my video at 9 or do my video at 10 a.m. because that would not work for me. Because what happened the morning when there is something else going on and I cannot do it at 10 a.m., that can throw me off and that can take me out of my game because I'm one of those people like I'm very much, do the thing that I have to do and do it at the time that I have to do it. And I had to release myself from that I guess it's a perfectionist thing, having to do it how I need to do it at the time I need to do it. So without a set schedule, it helps me to do my video whenever the time is arrived. And I find too that a lot of time doing my video at this time of night in my little parlor suits me very well. It may not suit you, but it suits me very well because, I take a shower, I get ready for bed, and then I did do this before I go to bed. And that's sometimes I don't get it done during the day. There are times when I can get it done outside in my outside office, or I can do it, in my other space out there. But I don't have a set schedule because a set schedule is very hindering. But now, if you're a person that have children and you have a husband and you have to do all of that and you have to have make dinner at certain time, a set schedule may work for you. But me, I fit my video in where I can. And I always, go, when I'm doing a video, I always think in terms of getting my video to be at least 20 minutes or more, or, between at least a 15-minute or more video. Because right now, I'm doing my videos, and yes, it is best to do longer videos. It's best to do an hour video, but that's not where I'm at right now, right? When I have time and something come up, I can do a longer video. But most of the time, I want to do at least a 20-minute video. So, you know, people, you can watch or not watch, right? So, as mentioned before, I do take notes and I take notes so that I can stay focused. I have a tendency to run on and I have a tendency to, you know, start my conversation here, then I go over there, then I come back here, and then I may forget where I'm at. I'm sure that's what you do as well. So just so I stay focused, a lot of the times I will just make myself some little notes so that I can stay focused all the time, like focus on what it is, especially if I have a topic that I am sharing, or if I really want to share something that you can learn from, I do have to make notes. Now, a lot of time when I'm just having a loosely inspirational kind of a video, I go all over the place. Or if I'm telling a story, then I tell my story the way I do, right? Now, the other thing that I do is I do not go and look at my videos. I do not go and look back at my videos. I do not sit and listen to the whole video to see how it is and how it not is. I think if I do that, I'll be so critical to myself because I know that I'm going to be critical to myself, and if I'm critical to myself, then I'll have a hard time making a video the next day or the next day. So I try not to go back and look at my videos. And at some point, I am going to do that, but not right now. I am going to do that maybe a little bit in the future when there's a few things I can change on the videos that I've done in the past. And maybe there are certain things that I know I can improve, so that I can get higher volume or, repost or however that I'm going to do. Because I know that I want to go back and do some thumbnails on some of my videos, write some information and stuff like that so that maybe I'll get more views, or, in the meantime, I'm just showing up and doing the work and being as honest as possible while I'm doing this work here on YouTube. Um, the other thing that I do now, I record all my videos on my phone, and that's one of the reasons why I have a I have a iPhone 16, and it's kind of hard for me to be walking around town with an iPhone 16 and having a conversation. So I do prefer to vlog like this, to sit and do the talking head vlogging, because I feel like it I'm better at it doing it this way. Also, I share more value when I just have a conversation with you this way than being around, walking around, and kind of missing things and losing my cool or losing my place or whatever it is I'm doing or saying or how I'm doing that and losing those things. So I try to always do it in one place, and that's the thing about um, I sometimes do my video outside in nature, but I would find a bench and find a nice spot, and I call it my outdoor office just to mix things up just to mix things up a bit. But I love that. I love having like an outdoor office, and I love the idea of kind of doing it here and there. But I'm also learning that. I hope that, I just see someone send me a message. I hope that didn't pause my video. But I'm also realizing that it's okay for me to just sit and do my video where I'm at. And I don't have to get worried about, oh, I'm just doing my video in one place and it's going to be boring. Maybe it is boring, and maybe it's not. And maybe, you know, um, you come on to see or just to listen to what I have to say. But what I like about just having my video like this as well is that you can listen to my video anytime. You don't have to sit and watch me talk. You can just, put on my video, put it in your pocket, and walk and listen to my videos like a podcast or something like that, right? Makes like easier because you're like, oh, I know what this woman already look like. It's not like she's showing me, her travel video or anything like that. So sit in one place. That's the one thing that I actually was is the most challenging for me. I think is to sit in one place and do my videos because I think I need to mix it up. I need to do this and I need to do that. Don't do any of that. Do what works for you, right? And making videos like this, it works for me. Um, so I just have to remind myself of that and stay the course, right? And the other thing that you're going to like this one, I actually do my video in Zoom. So I am paying for Zoom now. Yeah, so I have a subscription with Zoom, and I go into Zoom on my phone, my app on my phone, and I press where it says more, and it shows me all these little icons. And then I press on the clip, the Zoom clip. And I got this information from a masterclass that I did a masterclass I did. I didn't do the masterclass, but I attended a masterclass on doing YouTube channel, and that was one of the information I got from that masterclass. Do your video in Zoom, make it easy. There is a countdown, it's a Zoom clip, and then you press it and then you record. You have a 1, 2, 3 countdown, you press start, and you go about your business. So that's where I do my videos to make it simple and easy, like I'm in a studio, and that helps me a lot as opposed to just videoing just on my phone, and then I have to do a lot of editing. And here's the other thing: I do not edit as well. I do not edit my video. Excuse me, yeah, excuse me, because when I started, I'm just, editing is not in my wheelhouse. And then I worried about it for a long time. But I get to the place where I'm like, you know what? I, I'm just having a conversation and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to probably, so I don't really need to edit out all my faults, to be perfect. Some people like it that way and some people don't mind it not being edited. And I'm not in the, yeah, but I am learning to edit, which is really good. I'm learning to edit, and I've gone into Canva and start to kind of play around with a few things in there as well. I want to continue doing that because I want to be able to upload certain things from Canva as well, right? So I've been playing around with that, but I do it on Zoom and I don't edit. All these things make your life very easy. Now, the last thing I'm going to share for today on, doing 100 days of video daily. And here is how I did it. Be playful. um don't take yourself too seriously. Like, really, there's nothing serious about being on these YouTube streets unless you are a professional and you are a doctor and you're giving people advice. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. I am a life coach, I am a health and holistic nutritionist, which I, for the life of me, I cannot, I need a nutritionist for myself, right? I do have, some nice and solid background. I actually made it to university for 1 year, just 2 years ago. Um, but I have, I'm full of wisdom because I'm in my 60s. And yeah, so listen, be playful with yourself, make a mistake and share it anyway, because someone out there is wanting to do what you do, and they're so afraid of making mistake that they're not going to do it. But make a mistake, look silly, look however you want to look, and get over it, because that is really going to help you eventually create content that works for you and your viewers. Alrighty. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Um, Please subscribe, because ultimately the thing is, this channel, my channel, is going to be my retirement. That's my retirement plan, my retirement job, my retirement side business is this YouTube streets. And people, I want to be on this YouTube streets, and there's only one way to be on this YouTube streets, is to show up and be on it as yourself, because that's the lesson I learned, and that's what I'm going to share with you. Anyways, be well, do less, and be more, and share and like my videos. Have a good one.